Hi, good evening, philosophers. I am Robin Izar Bordo, and here I will be presenting a final repetitio on Saint Edith Stein's uh, finite and eternal being. To begin with, Saint Edith Stein states that the vocation to union with God is a vocation to eternal life. This means that human existence is not merely temporal, biological, or social, but fundamentally oriented toward a transcendent and eternal fulfillment. The human soul, by virtue of its spiritual nature, is not complete within the limits of earthly life. Instead, its deepest identity and purpose lie in a personal union with God, which necessarily implies a participation in eternal life. Thus, individuality is not accidental and is not even fleeting, but it is destined for permanence in divine communion. To illustrate, I reflect on moments when I experience a deep longing that no finite achievement, pleasure, or recognition can fully satisfy. Take the case of me after having played the piano throughout the two masses during the feast of the Divine Mercy. It was such a big accomplishment for me. It is something really important. But to think about it, that feeling, I realize and I sense, or I somehow got to the point that something greater is missing. Even in meaningful relationships or successes, there remains a sense of incompleteness that points beyond the present moment. What I understand in this experience is that this inner restlessness is not a defect, but a sign of transcendence. It reveals that my being is structured in such a way that that it reaches beyond time and finite goods. My desire is not ultimately for limited things, but for something absolute, infinite, and enduring. It confirms, all the more, Edith Stein's insight and her thought that the soul is made for union with God, and that only in this union can the human person find true meaning and lasting fulfillment, and that is eternal life. This refutes other contemporary thinkers' claim that human existence is entirely self-contained, finite, and without inherent ultimate purpose. Uh, as suggested by, famously by John Paul Sartre, who argued that meaning is merely constructed by the individual in a godless universe. Against this, Stein shows that the very structure of human interiority, namely its longing for the infinite and its openness to transcendence, points to an objective fulfillment beyond subjective creation, which is God and eternal life. All this invites me to take seriously my inner life and spiritual depth, and not to reduce my existence to external achievements or temporary goals. It calls me to seek God intentionally, to cultivate openness to divine grace, and to live in such a way that my choices align with my ultimate vocation. Concretely, it means that I should strive for a life of truth, a life of love, and of self giving, through which I gradually become someone capable of the union with God, and that is the source of eternal life. Thank you.